How's it going, everyone? I'm back for another entertainment video. I hope you guys had a great New Year's. 2024 is marking to be another good one, another great one for sure. But today we're going to be talking about, in this entertainment, talk space, about why the Eastern entertainment space is taking over the West. My meaning is all this information that's coming through about this Western culture and the Eastern culture just fusing in. The East been doing their thing for a while. The West has changed a lot over the years. But the thing is, like these topics, like I'll be bringing up, especially with the translation, the video games, anime, even some other movies, translation, especially like Eastern, the translation bring, the dubbed sub versions coming to the West. So the West want to change that and make it their own. So they put their own ideologies. They don't really translate point to point what the translations are from the other country to the West. That's a problem. And we're going to be talking about that, as well as the director of Tekken 8. He went on Twitter. Someone had a problem of not having enough black representation, and he just bashed him. So we're going to be talking about that. That one's going to be a good one. As well as Stellar Blade, upcoming PS5 game from Sony and a Korean developer, is showed their model of their true, real model, a Korean model, a female model, a pretty model. And all these people on the internet are bashing her, meaning she's not real. There's no way she's this pretty. There's no way that this character can be made today in today's modern audiences. That is getting ratioed hard. People are saying, yeah, it's the real thing. It's just you haven't been seeing real female representation in games for a while now because, they change the models. They take the actress model, but they change it up so they make them more, let's say, more uglified, more unattractive for some reason, because that's what the West does. They don't like to do that, especially in the East. They have more attractive women, so they show that in the games, because they want to, sell more copies, and it's not a bad thing, as well. So we're going to be talking about those, but before we talk about these topics, I'd love it if you guys could like, share, sub, follow, all the things you could do on here. I really do appreciate if you could. I would love it. I'm trying to grow this channel every day. And let's just get to the topic ahead. Why is the East being real based against these Western groups, these woke groups? They're just are not understanding what is going on, and more people are just going to Eastern entertainment now because people are just sick and tired of these bad entertainment spaces. Everyone's gonna pick up manga. Everyone's picking up, watching anime, watching international movies. People are just sick and tired of getting forced to the same shit, same bad stories, bad character development, it's just not written well. And so everyone's moving to the East, watching their kind of entertainment now in every space. So let's just get into that. Let's see what it's all about. All right, guys, I'm into bonding into comics. We're starting out with the translation. There's a little article here. I'm just gonna pretty much summarize it. There's a lot here to just read. So I'm gonna say, yeah, this is pretty much what's going on. The Western localization attack fans looking to AI for more accurate handling of Japanese media. You clearly can't appreciate the work of humans. And more people have realized something's wrong with these translations. It started because of anime with the dubbing and subbing. They realized that a lot of the Japanese, the language, everything that's coming through to the West have been translated differently. And this thing has been for a while now. There's a lot of things you can translate, but there's some little things here and there that just doesn't make sense, especially if it's in English. It just sounds weird in Japanese and English, or vice versa. There's stuff like, okay, that's fine to change, but there are things on there where they just change it completely. Like, I think there are parts in in JoJo's, forgot what that anime is called, but like they say something like, "Hey, what's up, my friend?" in Japan, and then in America instead, like in English, "Hey, what's up, my binary friend?" Like, what? That wasn't in the. We didn't ask about their sex. It's just randomly in there. So they do that a lot in sometimes in video games and in like anime. Maybe in books too. I'm not sure about that. But a lot of the translations over the years, they do change it a bit. They change it. Some things to make it more sense, but sometimes it's just to put their own ideologies, their own agenda into what they're putting in there. Sometimes you didn't even notice it because you don't speak the language. It's unnoticeable sometimes. So it's very difficult, and that's why a lot of Western people are getting mad now, because the translators of the West have bashed these fans who are saying, no, we are doing it this way because we put our own pretty much activists, let's say. They're putting their own things in the stories, and it makes it better. It makes it way better. And they're saying, no, we want a one-to-one. What are they saying? I want to read it. I want to listen to it. How is it portrayed? We want to know. So the people who translate, they're bashing the fans. They're bashing the people that are asking questions. And they're like, okay, so we're going to be using AI for now because it's an accurate how it's translated, because these people are incompetent. They can't do it. So I don't know how long this has been a thing, but now more people are realizing that this is a big problem going on. So yeah, this is huge. This could have been a while back too. This could have been even when I was a kid. I don't think they do it usually for like big names like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and all that. I think it's mostly for like a little unknown stories and animations. I think they do it for more like those, but you never know with this. You never know what they can influence, what they can put in there. And that's why I'm just saying, this is hard. Maybe you should learn Japanese, some things in Japanese, to get you to know what's going on.
Great Scott!
Like me, I'm bilingual, meaning I can speak two languages, I can speak English and I can speak Hungarian. So when I see something that's in Hungarian, I know what they're speaking. And sometimes when I see the translation, when the subtitles, it doesn't mean it. There's that issue. That's what I mean. There's issues like that. I'm grateful that I'm bilingual. I could speak another language. I grew up, in a Hungarian family, but I grew up in America, speaking English as well. So I learned two languages at the same time. But see, if your only language is English, you're not going to know what the other language is speaking because you didn't grow up knowing that. Maybe you took it in school. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those things, like maybe you should learn some words here and there, some quotes and all that. But it's one of those things. It's different. This is a big problem, and I can see why people are getting mad and upset about this. They want to know true to true, point to point what they're saying, and what's going on. They don't want any bullshit no more. And I could see this happening everywhere. In translation, it's not just the East, it's different languages also. It's just they just want to do their own thing here in the West, especially in America, you know. And maybe they should get fired. They shouldn't be hired to translate these. You need people to actually translate what is being said. Like, isn't it? It's just common sense. It's just obvious. Why can this be done? I just don't understand why. You know, I know why. Actually, it's an agenda. It's an agenda for sure, and I believe so. There's a agenda why it's happening, and it's been probably happening for a while now. So sorry guys, I have sinuses right now, and my nose is all like clogged up, so I gotta like take breaks between. But I'm trying to get through this fast for you guys. Tekken 8 director Katsuhiro Harada slamed Western players who accused him of racism over lack of Eddie Grudo DLC. Leroy and Raven will kick your ass. One of the most eye-rolling and unserious element of Western entertainment market. Tekken 8 game director Harada. I'm just gonna say I'm really bad with names. I butcher them, but I know it's Harada. Harada has responded to a baseless accusation of anti-black racism by not knowing to his critic, but rather exhorting their absurd argument to full view of a public eye. So he just pretty much exposed them for what he is. This exchange of words first kicked off on January 3rd when Twitter user Tim Tiger16, unhappy with the fact that fan favorite Capoeira fighter Eddie Gordo was absent from the base roster of the series upcoming 8 entry and its leaked post-launch content plans to a social media platform that attempt to use the identity politics to shame Harada into immediately making the character available as DLC. The only reason why Eddie Gordo hasn't been revealed yet is because the creator of Tekken are racist and don't care about black characters or dark-skinned people, accused the user taking specific care to tag both Harada's personal and the official Tekken Twitter accounts. So it's going to be a while until the real fighters come out instead of these whites, Latins, and Asians at Harada Tekken. Wow. Okay, so he said that. That was his tweet post. And of course, his name is unapologetically black. And what? Oh, of course. His profile picture is a furry. So, isn't that's a red flag already, you know?
That's no good.
Met by the obvious observation from Doron, bunch of numbers, that has a accusation only made sense if one pretended Leroy and Raven never existed. Of course, these characters, they're in the game. They're, black orientated. You know, they have darker skin. Okay. So what are you trying to explain about this? Tekken 8 base roster. Tim Tigerson revealed that rather than any preference of actual concern regarding representation, he was simply using the rhetoric of identity politics in order to advance his own goal of seeing such past dark-skinned fighters like Eddie, Bruce, Irvin, Armor can return in the fighting fold. So he just wants those characters, but why did it have to be about race? Again, dumb. He just wanted clout. That's all it's about. Bro, I can't care about these new black characters, he admitted. I'm talking about Bruce and Armor King. Where have you been the past 10 years? So is this part where we pretend Leroy and Raven never existed? ? And then he said that. Where has it been 10 years? They've been in the game? Where have you been? Okay. However, unlikely many such Western developers, Harada refused to even entertain Tim Tiger 16's blandant nonsense. Retweeting this critic intel tweet, the longtime franchise overseer declared, "If you think you can just claim anything that way and it will pass, you are mistaken. Leroy and Raven will kick your ass." Whoa, let's go. Kick your ass. Let's go, man. That's awesome. He doesn't care. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so he said this. Come to think of it, there are no Japanese characters in the American dramas and movies that I love, but I have never felt discriminated against because of it. What do you think is the crucial difference between you and me? I am sure you don't understand. You are not logical at all, and you are simply a delusional person who doesn't even realize that even if it were an emotional argument, it doesn't make sense. Oh, Harada, again, saying it how it is. That's crazy. Damn, that's what I'm saying. Harada, I knew he was based, but I didn't know how based he really was. So this is crazy. This is like a dunk, a big dunk on this dude. And I want to know what he said back. Of course, as the typical these types of entitled individuals, rather than responding to Harada's pushback with even an ounce of humility or self-reflection, Tim Tiger instead choose to continue throwing a very public tantrum. You're actually effing hilarious. Threatening me with fighting game characters? He bizarrely replied to the Tekken's director. I've been whooping for years since you were in diapers, boy. Go pick Hayachi and fight me in the ring. What is he talking about? That's a weak insult back. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's bad. Throwing in a dash of racism for good measure, Tim the Tiger 16 added, second of all, I never started. I felt like I was being discriminated against solely. I was just starting obvious facts of how you replace Bruce with the ghetto-ass Sigat thing you called Fakur Mom, a reference to Tekken 7 fighting. Okay, name translated, Roaring Sky in the native Thai. Okay, that's okay. Harada just literally destroyed him. And he got ratioed hard. He can't even push back. He's horrible at it. He's so base that makes me want to get Tekken 8. I did play the demo, and it is very, very fun. It's a really fun game. Makes me want to get the game. You know, these people that direct these games and don't bend the knee, these people need their support. Like, this game needs to be supported just because of this, because this is an awesome marketing, pretty much, as well as he doesn't give a fuck. You know, he's gonna tell it how it is, and he was right. You know, these people are so in their own bubble, not looking logically, delusional, like he said, a delusional person. Like, they just don't know what they're talking about. Take out this guy to add this guy instead. So are we talking about race, or are we talking about characters you like? Because that's completely different things, you know. Because you're being like racist, well, not actually trying to be racist, but you are racist. So I don't know here. It's pretty sus. And, you know, especially, you know, he has a furry icon. So he just wanted clout. That's all it's about. And I don't even want to talk about him anymore because he's just annoying. Harada's the real hero here. Just telling it how it is, you know? Pretty based, if you ask me.
Trust me.
Now we're going into Stellar Blade. So I'm here now, and we're talking about Stellar Blade. They posted this. This was during pretty much New Year's. And they say, want to know the fun fact before jumping into New Year 2024? In Stellar Blade, our protagonist, Eva, body figure was actually based on a 3D scan of the Korean model Shin Yao Yan. Stellar Blade currently has a release window scheduled for 2024. Follow us to stay up to date and insights like this. So this is how the model looks like. You know, it looks like a model. You know, she looks pretty. Everything like that. They took the model, and that's how the character is going to look like in the game. How she looks like. They captured the model right there, and they put it into the game. Yeah, that's fine, right? But no, some of these people on the internet say that that's no way that's real. That's no way how she looks like. There's no way, right? Right? Yeah, even like Yellow Flash here, like he even said it, like she's 31 years old because someone said, oh, if you find this sexy, you might be a pedophile. She has the body of a 12-year-old. Well, no, she's actually 31 years old. Yellow Flash looked it up. These people don't even look it up. They just assume from just the look. She doesn't look like that at all. She doesn't. You're stupid? Because Western game devs would never, reviewers ready to throw low scores saying real women aren't built like this. At least not the one with the blue hair. Yikes. And then we have people like this guy. I'll just play this video.
The one thing, I know you were talking about the character from a bygone era. I do think the character model was actually like very distracting in not a good way, because like with the camera angles chosen, it just felt like this game seems like a game that came out in like 002 in terms of its, you know, like character design. It's like a bit old and not flattering, I don't think, for a modern audience. In comparison to something like Forspoken, which has, you know, I mean, yes, it has much more realistic looking character designs. It's not these hyper proportioned something or another's, but it also seemed, I don't know, a bit more grounded in a way that I found much more appealing than what we saw here.
From a general standpoint, I do agree with you, but I do think Project Eve, when it comes to facial construction, it does have some merit though, because the characters look very different. It's just that once you go, you know, neck down, there's a lot of issues on display.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh dear.
What the hell? Oh my god. I hate these people. These people are so annoying. They're so annoying. What the Forspoken? Have you seen that game fail? I have. It was a dumpster fire. And the model for Forspoken looked like trash. The model in the game, the real person that actually looks like, you know, the actress, the model, she looks pretty. She looks way prettier than what she looked like in the game. They did that to her. She's not pretty enough no more. She's not attractive enough no more. We're gonna make her kind of like, you know, a basic woman, I guess. If you played the game, if you've seen the game before Forspoken, it's not a good game. And the characters don't look good either. Like, just, the graphics look good. I'm not saying that. The graphics are fine. The models of the characters look unattractive. They don't look good to look. They're not good to look at. It doesn't have to be sexual. It literally, it's not appealing to the eyes. There are games where it's super appealing. It doesn't have to be sexual at all. I'm not saying that. It just has to be appealing to the eyes. It has to have a good grasp to it. Like, you can see it and you're like, this is a game I want to play. This looks awesome. And Stellar Blade is not the same. It feels like some games I really like, especially like Devil May Cry. It gives me Devil May Cry vibes. A little bit of Dark Souls here and there I saw. Lies of P. That's another Korean game. And no one complains about that game. That game's great. That Korean game, Lies of P. This is also a Korean game, Stellar Blade. But people are saying, it's too sexy. It's not. It looks like a game from before. Dude, have you played Bayonetta? Have you played Devil May Cry? Those games are still really good games. Really good hack and slash games. Really good mobility, switching weapons out fast. It's really fast paced and it's super cool looking. Oh yes, they show Bayonetta being sexy and everything, but that's her character. That's how she was supposed to be. she's supposed to be that character. She's built like that. And then you have Dante, from Devil May Cry. He's ripped, and he's just a bad boy character, But a lot of people like Dante too. It's because people love these characters because how they look, how they attract the eyes. Their characters are awesomely made, as well as they have cool stories. They have cool, there's an appeal to these characters on the screen. But you don't understand that. You don't understand that. And if you played Forspoken, you would know. But I guess these people are not gamers. They don't understand what they're talking about. They just try to nitpick little things in games and nitpick different things, but they never play games ever in their life. Because they have a black woman in the game, they automatically say, this is best game of all time. But how does the game play? I don't know, but it's probably ass. You never know, That's why Starfield had that problem too. The game wasn't appealing to me at all. It looked like a lot of ripping off a lot of other games. And look how Starfield ended up. It's horrible. It's like the worst reviewed game on Steam. It's really bad. I don't know why people are acting like this is the... It's crazy. Let me show you. Like here's another one. Amazing how Stellar Blade team can make attractive real woman, but these Western devs are intent on destroying women. So true. Look at it, devs. We need you to design an attractive female character artist. A what? Question mark. An attractive. What attractive means, right? Artist. Oh yeah, of course. And you can see these attractive women. Like, the Mary Jane is one of the worst ones I've seen this last year. It's one of the worst ones I've ever seen. The Mary Jane one. She's so not inspiring. She's not Mary Jane to me at all. Mary Jane's supposed to be a bombshell character, redhead. She looks like a dude. Like, straight up. I'm not even joking. She looked like a dude in some pictures. Even here. And she just looks ugly. And then Poison Ivy, talked about this. She's pretty much Sunburn. Abby, she's just a buff girl. Abby's kind of weird too. And then you have the Fable girl. Yeah, Aloy. She didn't look that bad, Aloy, in the first one. And then they changed her face completely. And now she's just an egg.
Give me an egg.
She's really an egg shape now. Like, her face looks weird. And then, I forget what her name is. She's from Mortal Kombat, the new one. Her face looks so ugly. I don't think the model who did this, the actress or whatever, playing this character, was ugly. I think they purposely do this to all the Western characters, all these video game characters, purposely to make them look ugly. And then you have Japanese characters. They're really close to their models. They look pretty. They're attractive, and they're badasses. In real life, woman is a model, so she's not a real enough. Impressive goalpost shift, accepting nothing less from a localizer defender. One problem: Western game companies also use models. Only difference is that Western devs diabolically make the characters look nothing like the models. So this is the girl. Yup. What do you expect? They made her look ugly. She's not ugly at all. Look at the Mary Jane one. Look at the model. Why is she pretty? Why does she not look like this? Why is her nose big? Why is her... everything's just out of proportion. Everything's weird. Weird. And this too, with the Fable. She's pretty too. But for some reason in the game, they look ugly. What is going on? And I'll show you another one here. Mugalord reposted this from this other person. He said, once again, if Capcom and other Eastern studios can take a female model actress and replicate her for their games, then there are no excuses with Western studios can't do the same. It's being done on purpose. And it's true. So see, Look at this. The left is the video game characters. The right is the real model. Do you see the face? It's literally taken 1-to-1. Most of these faces are 1-to-1. It's the same. They got the models' faces right on the Resident Evil characters. Capcom knows. They've done this for a while now. They use face. Why do you use face animation to get the actor or the model's face? They do that for a reason. They do that because they want their characters to look cool, but also look nice. That's all. And then you play Spider-Man 2, and then you look at Peter Parker's. It's for dudes too. It's for dudes too. It's not just females. It's dudes too. Peter Parker looks weird. Straight up. I think he looks really weird. I literally say put on that mask because the mask looks better on you. The face for Peter Parker looks like ass. So does Mary Jane. It just looks horrible. I don't know what Insomnia did, but that is disgusting. Those faces are not looking good. And you see this and you're like, what's going on? Seriously, why would you not take the model? This wasn't a problem like a few years ago. It's recently happened in their newer games, especially in the West. They do it so they don't want the male gaze. That's what they say. They don't want male gaze. But the problem is females are coming up too saying this is pretty much making also females less attractive. But females are coming up and saying we want our females to look attractive because we want to be like them. We want to be, strong. We want to be sexy. We want to look like them too, because the females are also saying, I also like those characters looking like that. We don't want characters to look ugly. The females also want to, that powerhouse character too. Everyone's frustrated. It doesn't matter in what side, female, male, everyone just wants good characters and good reasons why the model, especially the models. I feel bad for the models because the models are getting pretty much shit on. So when they see them in game and they look like their face and they look like, why do I look like that? But they get the paycheck, so they're good. But they're probably disappointed. Why does it look like that? That's not my face. But why can you just keep the face as is? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. The females are also arguing about this because they say why it looks like trash. It's like females don't look like that. The West doesn't understand how females are supposed to look no more. They don't understand, especially these groups, these woke groups. They don't understand how this is. And then they bash on this is not real. There's no way, because they like their chubbier big women, I guess. I don't know what's going on, but these people are so dumb. They don't understand. They had that masculine and then they had the feminine. And now it's kind of like mixed matched, So now the dudes are very feminine and then the women are very masculine now. So it's like switch swapped, It doesn't make no sense. And that's why the gaming industry is failing in that position too, especially in the West. The East is doing really, really good. I want something that's actually good, entertaining, and fun. And this is why Stellar Blade looks appealing to me now, because of this. This is pretty much, this came up, Stellar Blade put this out there to pretty much show you how it's done. We get the real model and we put it in the game. It's just common sense. Once again, common sense. It's just easy. How is this hard to think of? You get the model, you do the mocap, and you put it in the game. That's it. She's not acting. She's not doing anything of that. They have their own people for the actors. They have their own people for that. But the model itself is in the game. It's in there. You have the thing. Why do you have to manipulate and change it? Just think about it. It doesn't make no sense. So use common sense about this thing. And you need to support these creators these developers who are making these games, because they're putting this out there to pretty much show you how it's done in the East, how it's supposed to be like, how it's supposed to be in the West. But the problem is, in the West, they can't do this because they're just pushing their own ideologies, their own kind of egos, pretty much in this. And that's why it's failing. It's failing. You can see it in every property in the West. All right, guys, enough of that with my rants. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just super passionate and I just want to say it how it is. Don't want to, hold myself back about these issues. And yeah, what do you guys think though overall about the translation, the Tekken 8 director dunking on that guy, as well as Stellar Blade showing how it is, how females are supposed to be representative in general, but like the West, just literally not caring about, not respecting the female, just the look of the female. They do the same thing with males too. They sometimes make them too feminine, and it's not masculine enough. It's like they do the switcheroo. What do you guys think about that though? And how it's supposed to be done, because the East is starting to get really based, and I'm liking what they're doing. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And I thank you again for watching this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one all. See ya.